Now let's take a look at the Toulmin model of argumentation. While deductive arguments lead to certain conclusions, they are often trying to convince the audience of things that are already pretty obvious, which is not what most of us are trying to do. Instead, we are often trying to persuade an audience to do something which is better suited for the Toulmin model of argumentation. Now, the Toulmin model of argumentation is a more advanced approach to building arguments that consist of arguments through 6 components. Number 1, data. The data, also sometimes referred to as ground, fact, or evidence, is the information or evidence that you are using to help support your claim. This is similar to major premise in a syllogism. Number 2, warrant. The warrant is additional information about rules, principles, or other reasons that serve as a bridge to connect the data to the claim. The warrant is what connects the data to the claim and is the reason that you are arguing that the data or grounds should logically lead to the claim or conclusion. Therefore, it is similar to the minor premise in a syllogism. 3, claim. Now, the claim, sometimes referred to as the conclusion, is the conclusion that you are trying to establish, or what you are trying to get your audience to agree to based on your argument. Number 4, qualifier. The qualifier indicates the strength of the relationship between the data and the claim. So it tells you how certain you are that the data will lead to the conclusion. Words such as probably, presumably, likely, certainty, and definitely are qualifiers that indicate the degree of certainty in the conclusion. Number 5, the rebuttal. The rebuttal describes conditions under which the relationship between the data and the conclusion do not follow the normal rules of the warrant. Simply put, the rebuttal is a statement about when the normal conclusion or claim would not be true, and it is often identified using words such as unless or except when. The rebuttal can also be a good way to acknowledge the counterarguments that others might use to argue against your conclusion, which gives you a chance to argue against those counterarguments before others have a chance to even bring them up. Last but not least, backing. The backing is additional evidence or reasons that support the warrant. The backing provides clarification for why the warrant is rational or true. In its most basic format, an argument can be made up of data, warrant, and claim. For example, imagine that you want to argue that your campus should ban smoking. You might start with evidence such as smoking can cause serious health risks and secondhand smoking is dangerous, especially for those with asthma or lung disease, to support your claim that smoking should be banned. Now, to connect this data to the claim, you also need a warrant, such as when people smoke on campus, there is no way to avoid inhaling the smoke. This warrant helps give you the reason why the data or grounds should logically lead to the claim or conclusion. However, if you want to be persuasive, it is helpful to build a more robust and an argument that has a lot of depth, that includes all 6 elements of a Toulmin argument. To start thinking about what types of resistance you might receive, you might imagine some of the questions that audience members are likely to ask, especially if they are opposed to the idea you are presenting. Why can't someone who doesn't like smoke just stay away from smokers? Why should we care more about non-smokers than smokers? What about people who are addicted to cigarettes? Does this mean students who smoke will have to quit smoking altogether and transfer to another school? Once you compile and think about some of these questions that will be raised by people who are against your topic, you can strengthen your argument by adding backing to help support your warrant, adding rebuttals to counter arguments that your audience might think about, and add qualifiers that help explain the probability, likelihood, or extent to which your conclusions will extend. For example, you might argue that the reason that we need to be concerned about not being able to avoid inhaling smoke is that we have an ethical obligation to ensure that our policies protect everyone's health and well being. While there might be some members of the community who have nicotine addictions who need a place to smoke, you can argue that if smoking is prohibited only in public places, which is a qualifier, then smokers can still smoke in the privacy of their cars where the smoke will only affect them. The more you can support your arguments with all of these elements of the Toulmin argument, the more likely you will be to be able to convince your audience that your conclusions are sound.